We're going to look at number 4 to help us develop some of our proofs. And you can see that we've got two items that are given. We know that the measure of angle 1 is 59 degrees. We also know that the measure of angle 2 is 59 degrees. We're trying to prove that angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent or are equal. And you might look at this and right away just say, well, of course they're equal. They're both 59 degrees. But again, we're starting at the basics, trying to figure out how can we prove that the angles are equal. We right now only know about their measurements. Well, here's how we would do this. First thing in our statements side of our two-column proof would be to just tell what we know. We know measure of angle 1 and angle 2 are both 59 degrees. The reason that we know that is because it's given to us. Then the second thing that we could say is that the measure of angle 2, or 59 degrees, equals the measure of angle 2. We know that because of the symmetric property of equality. And if you're wondering about the symmetric property of equality, we really need to just either look that up online, look at it in a textbook, look at it in a chart like this that we've done before. A reminder of what that means is if here's the symmetric property of equality. If A equals B, then B has got to be equal to A. We could switch them around, or you could take a look at it in terms of a segment length like this. AB is equal to CD, or CD then must be equal to AB, or like what we're really showing in our problem, if angle A is equal to B, then angle B is equal to A. Okay, so that's how we can say what we're saying here in number 2. We already said measure of angle 2 is equal to 59, so we can say 59 is equal to measure of angle 2. We just switched them around. That's the symmetric property of equality. So then the last part of this proof says that we should be able to say that angle 1 and angle 2 are now equal, and that is our proof statement. Well, how can we jump from here to here? Well, we've said two things. We've said that the measure of angle 1 is 59 degrees, and we've said that 59 degrees is the measure of angle 2. And so now we can say 1 and 2 are going to be equal to one another. And they give you a couple choices. What property is it that really tells us that that's the case? Well, again, if you look through a list similar to this, or look in your textbook, the reflexive property just says A is equal to A. That's not really what we're showing here, is it? The distributive property, where you are distributing a value to something inside parentheses, that's not what we're dealing with. The symmetric property is not what we're dealing with. We already took a look at what that one looks like. The transitive property is the only one that works here, and that's going to be our answer. The transitive property of equality says this. If we've got A equal to B, and we've got B equal to C, so 3 different values, and we know those two are equal, those two are equal, then we can say the first and third terms are equal as well. Okay, if A equals B, B equals C, then A's got to be equal to C. That's really what was happening over here, where we said angle 1 is equal to 59, 59 is equal to 2, and so therefore the first and the third things must be equal. Transitive property of equality.